Ladies and gentlemen, the almighty GameStop has spoken. Down about 7% currently here in after hours. We did initially drop about 11%. We recovered to only down about 5% right here. Now sitting down about 7.5%. Why are we taking this move down? Well, GameStop's Q4 adjusted loss per share is $1.86. The estimate was 84 cents. So GameStop lost way more money than people were expecting, which is one of those head scratchers here because GameStop's revenue was $2.25 billion. The estimate was $2.22 billion. Now, we know that they are building this NFT marketplace, which that is probably the reason why they lost more money than expected. And it says right here, GameStop to open NFT marketplace end of Q2 2022. So that would make sense, but the markets need clarity on exactly why they lost this kind of money, and they want some kind of guidance, what to expect out of this NFT marketplace that they're going to be opening. Do they think it's going to be a hit? What's the branding going to be like? What are they going to call it? Sometimes the branding around things like that is very important because the NFT marketplace competition like OpenSea, they're valued at $12 billion. The whole valuation of GameStop is only $6 billion. So if GameStop can put up a very compelling case and a very compelling competitor to OpenSea, you can start to value GameStop a lot higher than $6 billion. As well as that, GameStop has established brand partnerships now with PC gaming companies such as Alienware, Corsair, and Lenovo. I'm not sure if I said that right. I think I said that right, but I've never heard of them before, so pardon the English there. But still, it's not a huge win, right? We need more clarity as of right now. This just came out 3 minutes ago. GameStop has eliminated all of the company's long-term debt and ended the fiscal year with 1.271 billion in cash and cash equivalents and 915 million in inventory, compared to 635 million in cash and 602.5 million in inventory at the end of fiscal year 2020. Let's see if that's doing anything for the stock. Not really, still, trending to the downside. The earnings call is going to be more important here than anything else. AMC down about 1.91%. You guys can see it was very volatile here in after hours so far for AMC. As soon as earnings came out, they had a similar reaction to GameStop. They did bounce up quite a bit, and they're pretty much following the same trajectory right now. The charts almost look identical, minus these two big red candles. But the earnings call is going to be important. I will watch the earnings call and let you guys know if anything crazy is announced that is good for GameStop, because what's good for GameStop is good for AMC. As you can tell, they just both are moving the same. So that's what we know as far as earnings right now. Like I said, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button and the notification bell so you guys are notified every time I make a video. And if there is something that you need to know that comes out from the earnings call, I will definitely let you guys know. Who knows what comes out, but Oracle just did this about 2 weeks ago. They fell about 10% right after earnings, and then they rebounded all of that to actually be positive to close out trading because of what was said on the earnings call. So enough of that. Let's get into AMC specific data. And AMC for the day closed at 21.17% estimated short interest of free float. 109.09 million shares that are sold short. Cost to borrow max of about 5.5%, whereas the utilization is still 100%. And you're seeing this across the board. SoFi, Lucid, DraftKings, Affirm, Square, PayPal, all of the stocks that I invest in that are down substantially, they're all seeing their cost to borrow max numbers going through the roof ever since Fed Jerome Powell. That implies to me that institutions and hedge funds that own the stock outright want more interest to basically lend out their stock, meaning they imply a bigger move to the upside. So they're not going to lend out their stock for the cheap when it's going to go up 10% in a single day, right? Hopefully that makes some sense, you guys. That is a very bullish thing to me. And to see the utilization still at 100%, also a very good thing. Days to cover is sitting at 2.88. Let's take a look at the option flow for the day, and we do have a positive order value of 0%. A lot of artificial shorting that is going on. Now it's for the May 20th expiration. $14 puts right here. 1, 2, 3, 223,000. $18 put as well for May 20th, 208,000. All of this is pretty much puts. You guys can see just P right here, right? all of that. When you scroll down, all of it is pretty much puts besides January 20th, 2023, $15 call for 176.9 thousand. But other than that, pretty much all of this for the day has been puts. And this will burn everybody involved with shorting the stock when we inevitably do rally. And it'll happen very fast. Very, very fast. I do also want to point out that tomorrow is going to be a quad witching day. So that means 4 different kinds of contracts expire. And it's in the trillions of dollars. I'm not sure the actual number. I think it's $4 trillion of notional value that is going to be expired or exercised tomorrow. So I think that is kind of holding us in this range. We're not really able to move around too much in the broad markets or individual stocks because of all of this option activity. Once that actually goes away tomorrow, you're likely to see more room for the markets to kind of spread out, either make that move to the upside or potentially to the downside. A lot of option activity ties up capital. That's what you need to know to bottom line that. You're going to move big once that capital is not locked up anymore, and that will happen tomorrow. Now, as far as what the markets are really going to pay attention to, though, we're pricing in about 7 more rate hikes for this year, and there's only 6 more meetings. So people are really watching the May 4th Fed meeting to see if there's a possibility for that 0.5% rate hike. And as of right now, the markets, about 26% of investors are expecting, actually, let's go ahead and refresh this. About 32.9% of investors are expecting a 0.5% rate hike. 67.1% investors are expecting the regular 0.25% rate hike. So if you see this probability continue, you're likely to see more pressure on the downside. Overall, though, I think once growth starts to really take big hits and the economy starts to slow down in a dramatic way, probably after this next earnings season, which is just around the corner here in the next couple of weeks, you're going to see the Fed really relax those expectations for raising rates because the economy is just getting beaten into the ground. So that's going to be very important. That's something that I will be monitoring very closely. As far as the max pain for AMC by this Friday, that is $16 per share. It is very possible right now, but this GameStop earnings, if it doesn't change its downward trajectory in the earnings call, is going to be very hard to do that considering this downward pressure. They tend to move the same, AMC and GameStop. It's unfortunate during bad times for one company or the other, but it's a good thing during the good time. So look at it like that. Take it like that. You know, I have no certain expectations after you just watch GameStop go down, 10%. You got to see what's on that earnings call. You got to see why the company lost so much money than was initially expected to. So pretty important information right there. As far as anything else you guys need to know in the technical outlook here, it doesn't look all too bad. We're still holding up around this $15 level. If we can stay above 15 by this week, you're going to see a lot of option holders get waxed. You're going to see a lot of option holders, a lot of option sellers getting clapped. So as long as we stay above 15, that's looking really good. We're fighting right now. We're right on $15 per share. So we'll see what happens to that. If we can make a little bit of a bounce here, GameStop just looks like it keeps going down, getting a little candle right there, but kind of have to wait and see on that. As far as the actual news with Russia, Ukraine, there was more talks today. Secretary of State Blinken, he talked today and basically said that they're going to be sending more weapons, that there's no real noticeable change in Russia's negotiating stance. The talks are ongoing between them. It doesn't really look like there's going to be a ceasefire or an end of the war anytime soon. But if that does happen, expect to see a massive day. Even if it is a one-day ceasefire, the markets are going to take that very, very bullishly because you knock out right there most of the uncertainty in the markets. And the only thing the markets hate more than bad news is uncertainty. So keep that in mind. There's a lot of uncertainty here. We're kind of clear to rally as far as Powell is concerned. That's kind of the message he sent, is buy the dip now, sell in May, and go away. And this is probably not the last time you guys are going to hear me say that, because It's going to be very important. And I ultimately do think the markets are going to come down and they are going to start crashing once you start to see these actual revenue numbers coming in this next earnings report, and they are just terrible. Like specifically Apple, that is the largest company in the world, larger than most countries' economies. Once those numbers really start to falter and not look so good, comparing year over year to 2021 compared to 2022, you're definitely going to see the markets take a hit on that, and Apple controls a majority of the markets as well. So interesting right there. It says U.S. official, if the war drags, Putin is likely to make nuclear threats. Yeah, not a good thing for the markets to hear necessarily, but nothing else is coming out about GameStop. We'll have to wait and see what the earnings call does provide to us. Not much economic data that is coming out as well tomorrow, but let's go ahead and take a look if there is anything specific that we do need to know. Existing home sales comes out tomorrow at about 10 a.m. Fed member Barkin speaks. Chicago Fed President Evans speaks. That could actually be very important. A lot of Fed members speaking tomorrow. So, pardon me, that can be important, but we just had the Fed meeting, so I don't expect anything too crazy as far as a change of stance from the Fed. The technical picture here, let's go ahead and look at that while GameStop is doing its little dance. And again, $15 is the key level. The 20-day simple moving average is at $16.46 per share. That's going to be a key level. The max pain is at 16, so it's possible we get up to that, but I wouldn't hold my breath. I was really expecting some kind of positive reaction from GameStop. Like I said, it could happen here during the earnings call, but it's not looking like that right now. The MACD is pretty neutral, and the RSI is still on the oversold side of things at 42.58, under that neutral level at about 50. The 50-day moving average as well, $17.63. And then really the range I want to get to, I thought we would get to this week, $18.50 to $21 per share. That's really the zone that we have to get to next. And tomorrow's going to be very important to see if we can stay above 15, because that was our support level for a long time. Volume for the day, very low at 23.6 million. It looked like throughout the day, in the video I made earlier, was basically saying that the markets were waiting to see what happens with GameStop earnings, and GameStop is recovering quite a bit. I'm surprised there's no news right now. It's only down about 4% now. Let's go ahead and refresh this again and see if there is anything else that is coming out, and it doesn't look like it as of right now. So that's basically going to be all for this video. Not too much else to actually add. If there's anything crazy, like I said, from the earnings call later on today, I will bring that to you guys in a video. So hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on that notification bell. Get yourself those free stocks. Links down below in the description. With Moomoo, sign up, deposit $1, get 3 free stocks, as well as an additional free share of NEO upon your deposit clearing. As well as if you guys want to come join the trading community, as you do know, we have been fully position for this rally for the last couple of days, so we benefited a lot from that. If you guys want to be up on the trades with us, check that out, link down below in the pinned comment. Thank you for watching. I'll see you later on tonight on the live stream, but until then, you guys enjoy the rest of your day.